What is going on, everybody? Jerry with 3DHP. We got another alien video. We'll get into it right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you liked my new intro I did a while back. Anyway, time for another alien video. And as you know, I've been working on a 7-foot tall XenoMorph alien. The file is from Wicked 3D. They are one of my sponsors. Gloop is my sponsor for all the glue I'm using, Polymaker for all the filament I'm using, and the files were sliced up in Luban. And when I needed help with Luban, I contacted my friend in the UK, Matt German. You might know him on social media. And he helped me slice everything up and get it all worked out in Luban. And the printers I was using for this build, I got my Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon, I got my Cheedy iPass printer, and then I just started using my X Plus 3 for some of the parts, which is also a Cheedy printer. And yeah, my phone beat. Anyway, it does that. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about everything. Well, playing Jenga here with all my spools. Now, all these spools stacked up. Now, these four here are all partials. If I was to condense all the filament on one roll, I would have one full spool. So, one of them I won't be counting, but I have a total of 35 spools that I used to make this project. Now, based on your infill, your layers, your supports and stuff like that, you know, it's kind of hard to figure it out for sure. But it took me 35 spools of filament. I have all the upper body parts right here in the box. I weighed them out, and they're coming out to 32 pounds. A total of 32 additional pounds that I'm going to be putting on the lower section of the alien. Here on the table, as you can see, I've got the tail. And what I decided to do, I'm going to go ahead and glue the upper body onto the lower body, because based on the way the small one looks here, I did it in resin, I'm pretty sure that I'll still be able to, this will be able to leave the house. As long as the tail isn't glued on solid, I think the upper body is within the perimeters of the legs. I think that can still be manipulated and get out of the house. So when we get going here in a minute, we're going to go ahead and start gluing all the parts. We're going to start here at the waist, and we're going to work our way up and get everything built. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing project. I've got, like I said, I think I got everything printed. I kept one folder of my working stuff on my computer, and as I printed them and checked the part, then I moved that to a done folder, so I think I got them right. I hope I didn't forget anything, but if I did, I still have a little more filament to work with. But we're going to get right into the video here, and we're going to start gluing everything up. I'm not going to bore you with taking all these parts outside like I did in other videos when I speed sand them. I'm not sure, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Well, I might. We'll wait and see. But yeah, we got a lot of sanding to do. I'm going to be using duct tape to tape everything up. I got a partial roll of duct tape. Hopefully it'll be enough. I might have to go buy some more down at Lowe's, and we'll get everything going. But yeah, he's on a big base right there. It rolls around. Right now his legs are freestanding. They're not mounted. Not sure if it's going to want to tip forward, if I'm going to need to, possibly I might need to take the tail and hot glue it in place temporarily to support it so I can build it. So we're going to kind of figure it out, and you're here with me, so please like, subscribe, share, and yeah, leave a comment down below. I'm trying to grow my channel. I want to get over 10 to 15,000 subscribers this year. We got a new year coming here. Well, by the time you see this video, it'll be right around the new year. So yeah, help me grow my channel. I'd really appreciate it, and let's get going. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to mention here. Other than the filament, 3D Gloop is my sponsor on all the glues. So originally they sent me out 2 small bottles of Gloop, which I used up right away. Then they sent me out their small mega can right here. That's 1.6 or 16 ounces. I got that, and I use this can to refill these bottles. Right now, I've got a full bottle and maybe a half a bottle in this one. This can is currently empty, and then they sent me out one of their mega gloops, which is 32 ounces. So I've got 32 ounces. That'll be plenty to finish this upper bottle. And as I need to, I will dump that into the smaller bottles, and then we'll go from there. And I've got Gloop mugs, man. Check this out. I got 2 Gloop mugs. Gloop sent me out. They're beautiful beakers. I gave one to my sister. She loved it. She came over to visit a few days ago, so I gave her one of my beakers. But I still have one. These are awesome, and you can pick them up on their website. So let's get going. Alrighty, here we go. We got all the parts up front to the upper alien. Everything is here on the table. As you see, there's a lot of them, and they're stacked on top of each other. And I'll be using my Orbital sander today to scuff everything up, give it a light scuff, wipe it down with a damp cloth, and then once that dries, we can start gluing everything together with bloop, and I will tape with duct tape. Let me show you real quick what the mouth looks like here. Looks really cool. Anyway, of course, you've seen my little model I showed you in resin. This has been blown up huge, so hopefully when I'm all done, I'll be a little around 7 foot tall, maybe a little bit taller. So let's get going on it. And of course, I'm going to time lapse this. I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to sit through and be bored. Well, that's all the parts. Time to go back in the house, and here in just a little bit we will start gluing it together. One thing I wanted to say, the organic supports, I love using them, but when organic supports wrap your part in such a way it's like a second skin, those suck and they're really hard to remove. So if they're like a tree and they come up like a branch and they're fairly easy to remove either by hand or with a pair of pliers, they're awesome. But when organic supports actually look like a second skin, those are a pain to remove. I wish I could get rid of those. Anyway, back in the house, let's get going. Oh, okay, I've spun the alien around. I've got the back of him here. Here's a key for the tail in the back. Now, if I glue that solid, it'll be in the house forever. So I can't glue the tail solid. So I'm thinking about taking some hot glue and hot gluing the tail on, and I think that will hold it, I hope. And I'll tape it until it dries completely. Then I can spin it back around and start building the upper body. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do here. Let me see how this is going to line up. I haven't checked it yet. I mean, I did, a couple months ago, but now that I'm actually going to glue it, let's see how it's going to line up. Probably going to have to reposition this somehow. See how that's going to work. Yeah, I'll have to do something like that, and then once it dries, then I can reposition it on the base. Looks like that's how it's going to set. It's up tight. So, let that set, it won't fall, and then get the glue hot, get some tape ready. So we can tape it in place. Well, let me let that set for a little bit and I'll take off the tape and see if that's going to work. And then if it does, then I'll spin it back around, kind of move step out of the way, take the base out, the gray base, kind of twist it, put it back in position, then we can start building an alien. Alrighty, this looks like a pretty good angle, so I'll start finding some parts here. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, so I've got to kind of hunt around. I hunted around, I found a few parts, I'll just kind of dig around, and then I'll time lapse it and speed it all up. Whenever you're using glue, be sure you use it in a well ventilated area. It does have an odor, it's quite strong. And yeah, I've got a fan running on the floor. If you get glue on your hands, don't worry about it. It peels off just like dried skin. Or like Elmer's glue or something. Comes off your hands very easy. So anyway, let's get going.
All I want
Okay guys, time for the big reveal. Here it is. How's it look? Yeah, okay, let me back up a little bit. Check this out. This is monstrous. It is huge. My dog even likes it. XenoMorph Alien from Wicked 3D. Filament sponsored by Polymaker. Glued together with 3D Gloop, my sponsor. Cut up in Luban and modified in 3D Builder. Yeah, pretty cool. It's on a rolling base. It has a lot of front weight on it. The tail is kind of holding it, but if it was to ever break off any toes, it'd probably tip forward. So I'm going to have to mount the tail down to make sure it doesn't move. Now, like I said, I went ahead and I glued the chest onto the legs solid. With the arms and the legs, I think it could leave the house. Those tentacles coming out of its back, those are hot glued in. I think they were printed the wrong size. I had to cut the keys off and I hot glued them to the best that I could. There's still black duct tape on that face and on those tentacles. The tail has been hot glued in, so if I ever need to, I can take a putty knife and I can go around it and I can pop the tail to get it off because, you know, hot glue can be removed. And yeah, you know, I've got tape here, tape there, tape on the face. There was one part on the head that I must have printed on the Bamboo Labs and it got cut off in the slicer somehow. I'm not sure what happened, but I had like a 1/4 inch gap. So I threw it back in Bamboo Labs. I guesstimated I ended up slicing it and printing it twice. It's like a 1/4 inch thick. And then if you've seen the video, I might have went by it too fast, but that was up here on the head, up in here. So I do have a few places I have to putty. Or actually, I got to go around and lightly sand the whole thing, putty it, get ready to paint it. That'll be in a future video. But it looks awesome. And of course, he's kind of hunching over like this, so he's not standing straight up and down. Let's see how tall he is off the floor. Then I'll measure him off the base. Off the floor, looks like, I don't know, I can't really tell. A little over 7 foot. Let me go on the table here. 6 foot, 7 foot. I'm going to guesstimate and say he's about 6'6", and that would be right back here measuring from touching, roughly. But of course he's hunched over, he's not standing straight up. His legs are bent, he's hunched over. If he was to stand straight up, God, he'd probably be, I don't know, like 8 foot tall. But came out amazing, really cool. Ton of filament. You know, this is what, my 4th or my 5th video about this alien. Please go back, start from the beginning, and watch them all in a row. When I get on YouTube, I'll try to put them all in sequence. So when you get done with one, you'll drop right into the other one. But thank you so much, Polymaker, for sponsoring this. Oh yeah, there's one other part I had to reprint. I'm done taping.
Yeah, I showed it because of that.
I'm taping.
I know you're going, that's why I showed it.
What, saying what?
That's too fucking big.
Okay, thank you. Oh, and there's one other part I had to reprint right here in the arm. There's a section here when I was putting it together, I was missing it. So I took some of that film. Remember I had the 4 partial rolls and I said if you condensed them, it'd be about 1. I went ahead and threw them on my Cheaty iFast. And I went and I reprinted that part, got that put in here. And then that piece I had to slice up here on the head, I got that reprinted and ready to go. But yeah, 3D Gloop, Polymaker, Luban, Wicked 3D. There'll be links down below, or actually I'll probably show you here on the screen where you can buy all this great stuff at. You can get a disc. If you use my affiliate code with Polymaker, it will help me out immensely. You know, I get a small percentage if you use my link to buy Polymaker filament here in the US. I will post that down in the links below. Gloop, you can get 10% off with this code right here on the screen. Wicked 3D, yeah, you can join their Patreon over on Facebook. They got a Patreon. They've got 2 other sites. I can't remember the name. I'll put them here on the screen. Links below in the description where you can buy all these amazing these models from aliens. You know, I like the facehugger here with Ripley. I've got that. I've got the Queen over here. I've got this little alien. Yeah, cool stuff, guys. I'm so happy that you watch these videos. Please like, subscribe, and share. Will I do something else really big? Not sure. I don't really have room for it, but this is cool. This is so amazing. And thank you very much. And thank you to all my channel members here on YouTube. I'll show them here on the screen, all these wonderful people. If you'd like to become a channel member, it's, you know, just click down below and sign up. It's a small monthly donation. It helps me out immensely. And I'm trying to grow my channel, as you know. I want to hit over 15,000 subscribers this year. I've been doing this since like 2015, 2016. I've been on YouTube a long time. I got like 400 live streams and videos. Why my channel hasn't blown up, I have no idea. But with you, we can do that, and you can help me by liking, commenting, sharing this stream, this video. I'd really appreciate it. And let me show you some more pictures of it right here at the end. As I say goodbye, I'll show you more angles of everything here. So everybody, thank you so very much, and happy printing. Later.